watching the ETN.
Hello and welcome into the Erie Tiger Network. Brandon Bird here with you as we are about to join you for kickoff. Sorry for joining you a hair late. We have had some issues getting this broadcast going here on the network, but we are happy to have it up and bring it to you. And we will get you all set up here as we're trying to still kind of fly by the seat of our pants as one of our key pieces of equipment is been left, and so we are scrambling to try and figure out the best course of action. And so the kickoff goes out of bounds for the Tigers, and Northridge will take over. Northridge wearing their red uniforms, red and blue, Northridge is. And Northridge, well, they've struggled a little bit here this year. We'll see. They're primarily running team. They've only completed one pass so far in the season. As you see, a quick little handoff inside and stretching it out. Not much room that time. And that was, I believe, the big fullback there, number 2, Gonzalo Rodriguez. A pickup of 2. Tigers out there. Defensively, they have been rock solid so far this year. We had a bunch of graphics and all kinds of stuff to show you. Unfortunately, that will not be the case, at least here for a little bit. So 3rd and 8. Handoff once again to Rodriguez right up the middle, and he'll pick up 2 more. So a couple carries for 2 yards each, and that'll bring up a 3rd and about 6 here for Northridge. I'll actually say he went a full yard further, so bring up a 3rd and 5. So 3rd and 5, Northridge really taking their time here. The back judge already with his hand up, and Northridge is going to struggle to get this snap off. They've got to go quick. 3 seconds left on the play clock. They do get it off. Here goes the option. The pitch is wide, and Nate Hackney will not only get a tackle, but I think he might have forced a fumble, and he did. So a great start for the Tigers. On a 5-yard loss on the play, and Nate Hackney forces a turnover. So a good start here for Erie. And you can't quite see what happened there. So the Tigers will take over here. 1st and 10, and out comes Gavin Mendoza and Noah Roper. And we have some graphics and stuff to show you if we are ever able to get that up at halftime. We'll see about that. As there's a handoff to Roper left side, cuts back in. Nice little chunk yardage there on 1st down and a gain of almost 10. And we'll see exactly how many they give him. And they will call it just a little bit short. So a gain that time for Noah of only a few. or excuse me, 9, not quite the first down. Sorry, a little distracted up here. We'll get on our horse here in a little bit. Mendoza in the pistol. Behind him is Roper. Handoff, Roper, left side, cuts back across the grain, and he will slide his way down to the 11 from the 20. So another pickup of 9 there for Roper. And the Tigers are ready. 1st and 10 on the 11. So great starting field position for Erie. And they're trying to take advantage of this. Noah Roper, we will talk about his all-time stats here in a little bit and some of the records he's encroaching upon. Mendoza will keep it left side. Mendoza will plow his way into the end zone. 11-yard touchdown, and the Tigers are quickly on top here in quarter number 1, 6-0. So Mendoza for 11 yards here in the first quarter with 9:07 remaining. Now Julian out to kick the extra point. The snap is good, and it is no good. Wide right. So we will catch our breath for just a moment here as we continue to try and set up and get you all ready to go here on the Erie Tiger Network. You have a plan in place for your family's future in the event something happens to you. Are you caring for aging parents, grandparents, or a loved one with special needs? The Germany law firm named 2017 Erie's Chamber Business of the Year provides expert legal guidance and peace of mind for you and your family in the areas of probate, elder law, and estate planning. Visit Germany Law Firm's Erie Village office or website at coelderlaw.net to set up a personalized consultation. And welcome back in Erie Tiger Network. Brandon Bird here with you as the Tigers already on top 6-0 after the touchdown by Mendoza and then the missed extra point. A sky kick here. This will be taken at the 5. And kind of weaving through traffic here, getting a little bit of room up across the 30 down to the 35. I believe that was Riley Keese. And actually that was Gonzalo Rodriguez. So he said only 1 completed pass all year by the quarterback Israel Campa. 5 passes attempted. So really all these Tigers need to do is load the box, read their keys, and react properly. You can hear all the way from across the field an Erie coach say, stay at home from the backside. And it's a quarterback keeper. Campa will scoot his way across the 40 to the 46, almost the 47-yard line. And Israel Campa, a good pickup that time of about 6 yards. Campa, the leading ball carrier on this Northridge team, a team that is 0-5 on the year. They've only rushed in 5 games for 233 total yards. So this Northridge side has really struggled. They lost in week 1 38-0 to Hinckley, then lost to Greeley Central 27-0. Close one against Eagle Valley 17-12 that they dropped. They lost 44-8 to Skyview and to Thornton 44, or excuse me, that was to Skyview, and then to Lincoln 17-6. So 3rd down and 4. They actually forgot to change the down marker there. Don't want a 4-down situation, or excuse me, a 5-down situation. And I tell you what, it is pretty quiet here in this stadium. A very beautiful facility. Probably one of the best press boxes we have been in all year. The Tigers penetrate, and they blow up the play. A gain of only a couple. And it's 4th and 2, and they're sending out the punt unit. It was Campa on the keeper, and so 4th down, and here comes the punt. Noah Roper back to receive. Talk a little bit here about the records that Noah is on, and we'll have an update. We'll have graphics eventually showing you all those updates, at least we hope. And this one will check up. It was actually touched by a Tiger. It was caught. And August and Celeste, you're supposed to get away. Luckily, though, he held on to it. We're going to mute our mics for a moment here on the Erie Tiger Network. And welcome back in right away. Noah Roper takes the ball, gets the corner, up the sidelines. He is gone. Noah Roper for 77 yards and a touchdown. And sorry for joining you just a hair late with the audio, but Noah Roper 95 yards, and he continues to climb his way in the record books. By the way, with that carry, Noah Roper, in terms of career rushes, passed Ryan Moeller for 13th and is now all alone, in 13th, only a few carries behind Jordan Holtinger of Akron from 2008. Right now, Noah Roper needs 940 yards to crack the top 15 all-time in career rushing yards in the state of Colorado. The hold is good, the kick is up, and it is good. So a 13-0 lead for the Tigers, and that is touchdown number 73 unofficially in the career of Noah Roper. And for Noah, that means he sits not only in 16th place all-time with that touchdown, but the person he is behind, they played their high school football not too far from this location at Eaton High School. You may have heard of him. He's an NFL player. Some of you may have him on your fantasy team. Austin Eckler at 80 touchdowns. So Noah Roper behind him. Austin Eckler sits at 16th with 80 touchdowns in his career. Noah Roper now 73 career touchdowns. At least that's what we have unofficially. We have what we believe are 62 rushing touchdowns, 3 receiving, 3 passing, 3 fumble recoveries taken back for a touchdown, and 1 interception return last year at Eagle Valley. Total of 73 now. And so just an outstanding career. But the number that we really want to talk about, that we will probably bring up ad nauseum on the broadcast because, hey, it's fun to talk about this. Right now, unofficially, and we say unofficially because we actually uncovered a statistical error in the CHSAA record books while doing this. So in the CHSAA record books, Noah would slot into 5th all-time in all-purpose yards. However, if you look at Ryan Moeller's just career rushing yards, it's already higher than the 3rd place spot for all-purpose yards. So we're thinking Ryan Moeller in at number 3, potentially maybe number 2. So that would mean Noah Roper at 5 or 6 in career all-purpose yards as he's closing in on 7,000. The total number is Christian McCaffrey at 8,845 all-purpose yards. And you go, well, Noah is over 2,000 yards away from that number. We did the math. If the Tigers, and this is obviously the first and biggest if of everything if the Tigers were to make a run to the state championship. And in that run, every game between now and the state championship, that would be 9 more games. As the ball's on the turf, and I think the Tigers jump on it. No, it was landed upon by a Northridge Grizzly. But anyways, if Noah Roper were to average 256 yards per contest, 265, I beg your pardon, per contest, he would reset the record all alone in first place. So that's something we'll watch. In 3 touches tonight, Noah already 95 yards. Those all-purpose yards, they include return yards, interception return yards, fumble return yards. We do not believe that they actually count that total for passing yards because the passing yards totals are higher than the all-purpose yards. So anytime he passes, that does not count. But receiving yards included there as well. And so, and it, by the way, it was a turnover. I never saw a signal from the official and not much celebration from the Erie side, but they do have it in great field position. And Noah Roper is still out there. Expect to see a lot of Tyler Gardner here tonight. He'll send a man in motion. Handoff Roper. Right side cuts it back over the left. Makes one man miss. Stretches it back to the outside. Noah Roper trying to hop through a tackle. Leans across the goal line. And they're going to call him a half a yard short. Not sure how you do that. But a 14-yard pickup for Noah Roper. And I really thought he reached in. See if we can't take a look here. As Noah nearing the goal line, just kind of hog-tied there, and see him hopping in. Man, I think he's in. So 14-yard pickup. Now first and goal, or second and goal from the 1. Roper will take it in, and touchdown number 74 in his career. Noah Roper, a 1-yard touchdown run, and already the route is on. 5:28 remaining here in the first quarter. And Roper, 2 touchdowns. So great start for these Erie Tigers as Julian on to kick the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. So the Tigers lead it here, 20-0 in Northridge. You have a plan in place for your family's future in the event something happens to you. Are you caring for aging parents, grandparents, or a loved one with special needs? The Germany law firm named 2017 Erie's Chamber Business of the Year provides expert legal guidance and peace of mind for you and your family in the areas of probate, elder law, and estate planning. Visit Germany Law Firm's Erie Village office or website at coelderlaw.net to set up a personalized consultation. And welcome back in Erie Tiger Network on a little bit of a bare bones broadcast. No scoreboard right now for you. We hope that will change here at halftime. Of course, we expect halftime, or we expect the second half, I should say, to go very quickly as the Tigers start league play here tonight. And because of the nature of this game and going quickly, I imagine that not to be mean to our lovely hosts here in Northridge, but we kind of expect tonight, at least here on the broadcast, we expect that we will have running clock in the second half. So one of our, and yes, we are aware we do not have the score on screen. As we said, this is a little bit of a bare bones broadcast because of a piece of equipment that we left well, I shouldn't even say we. I left while working on the broadcast software. I left a small piece of equipment at a restaurant in Greeley. So we have sent a student to go get that, and that's why you don't see the scoreboard. And so I think it was Hayden Dickinson that ran to go get that, an Erie Tiger Network student. We pulled him off of some of the work he was going to do, and he has retrieved that piece of equipment for us, and he's on his way. So he's the MVP tonight. So 2nd and 9 after the 1-yard pickup, and oh boy, it's been a struggle here for Northridge. Gets through a little bit of a hole and a tackle there. Already the Tigers with a lot of second unit guys in. So we'll see if we can't name a few of those for you. I think Isaac Kana out there at safety right now for the Tigers. Alongside him is Adam Hunder. So Adam getting some good playing time, the junior, and he'll actually crowd the line of scrimmage here. Hand off to the fullback, and he plows his way ahead for a first down. So 7-yard pickup there for Gonzalo Rodriguez. And Northridge will keep the ball moving here, 3:51. This game, we started at 6:30 tonight. And we actually are expecting it to go pretty quick. Both teams like to run. As we said, not to be mean, but we kind of expect a running clock here. By the way, shout out, good camera work by Jaden Sanders. We will have to get him back on the camera crew. Been very impressed with his work so far. Also helping out on the broadcast, Alex Nielsen. Handoff, backfield hit, and dropped for a loss. Nate Hackney in there in the backfield, kind of cleaning things up for the Tigers. That time was Clayton Johnson. Clayton Johnson, a senior. Still out there, Tyler Gardner, Spencer Brooks. Really, most of the starters still out there for the Tigers. They just have taken Noah from the game, 2 touchdowns. Noah already tonight, 110 yards rushing on 5 carries. And his shortest run was the 1-yarder that was a touchdown. Outside of that was 9. So Noah just kind of running at will. We'll see if he gets any more. Still has the helmet on. Running into the backfield, Nelm shoots back there, a big tackle for a loss of 3 on the play, and that'll back up Northridge to 3rd and 13. Beautiful facilities here, a beautiful night, a little chill in the air, but it feels like fall football is here. Rained in Erie earlier today. Now Northridge has to hurry. The play clock running down, 2 seconds, and they get it off with 1 second left. Handoff left side, and just kind of pinging around is Aaron Kness, and he will pick up about 6 back close to the original line of scrimmage. Tiger defense been really stout so far. And here comes the punt team, and this time it is Isaac Kana back to return the punt. Not sure if Noah's night is done or not. It was a pretty good punt last time for Northridge. Got it all the way down to the Tiger 23. And that's Gonzalo Rodriguez that is the punter. The fullback, the punter. Do it all here for the Grizzlies. This one's a low liner. It's going to bounce around the 40 and up to the 34. So we'll keep our eye on to who comes out for the Tigers. 56 seconds remaining here in the quarter. By the way, in terms of touchdowns in a single season, Roper 2 tonight. He's got 20. He needs 23 more to crack the top 17 and tie Christian McCaffrey and Austin Eckler. Now Mendoza to throw, wide open. Jamie Nelms with a catch across the 30, and he's tripped up at the 15. Big pass there. "52 yards, I believe, on the pass play. Took me a while to add that up. That is why I wasn't a math major. So nice play action there. No Roper is out there. Mendoza takes the snap, hands it off to Noah. Left side, big hole, and gets lassoed around the ankles inside the 10 down to the 9. So a 6-yard pickup there by Roper. And that should do it here in the first quarter. So the Tigers, they lead it 20-0, and actually Erie, well, nope, they won't get it off. So time does run out. 20-0, Erie leads at the end of one here on the Erie Tiger Network.
You are watching the ETN.
Do you have a plan in place for your family's future in the event something happens to you? Are you caring for aging parents, grandparents, or a loved one with special needs? The Germany law firm named 2017 Erie's Chamber Business of the Year provides expert legal guidance and peace of mind for you and your family in the areas of probate, elder law, and estate planning. Visit Germany Law Firm's Erie Village office or website at coelderlaw.net to set up a personalized consultation. And welcome back in Erie Tiger Network as we switch ends of the field here. 2nd and 4 for the Tigers as they are on the 9-yard line. And it will be Tyler Gardner to come out. I know on our chat a little talk of Noah repeating a 300-yard rushing performance. Would be very surprised to see that tonight. Only in the senses I don't get the sense that he is going to get too many more carries. Actually, a loss of 2 there by Gardner on the handoff. I think actually tonight kind of key for some of these guys that just have not gotten a ton of varsity reps or carries. Tyler Gardner, I would look for him to have maybe his best night of the season as the Tigers want to get him going. The Tigers have run the ball well when it's been in Noah Roper's hands. But if you were to take a look at their stats and their yards per carry when someone not named Roper carries the ball, it hasn't been as sharp as I think the Tigers would like. As there's a penalty, and this is going to back up Erie 5 more yards on no, this is on Northridge, I beg your pardon. We're sitting in the press box where there is a window frame that's kind of blocking me right where the ball is, so I'm trying to kind of watch on our camera here. As Mendoza takes the snap. He'll pitch it to the left side, cut up the field and in for a touchdown. And I know the call a little late. I was calling it off the video instead of the field, but a touchdown by Mason Vivi, his 2nd touchdown of the year. And so Vivi punches it in from about 5 yards out, and the Tigers already up by 4 scores. Well, actually, yep, 4 scores. 26-0 as Julian out to kick the extra point here. And that one is good. And so we'll step aside again. The Tigers, they lead it here on the Erie Tiger Network. And welcome back in here, Erie Tiger Network, as Hayden Dickinson has come to the rescue, and pretty soon here, at least we hope, that you will be able to see some of our graphics that we set up for you and all kinds of stuff. That will require dropping the stream, so we will not have that available until halftime. As we see Northridge come back out here. So thank you so much for joining us here tonight. A 27-0 lead. 10:18 remaining here in half number 1 is Northridge with the ball. 2nd and 11. I know there's no score bug, but we'll be sure to get that up here in a relatively quick manner. Thank you to those who are watching. Hopefully you're watching on your laptop while you watch the Rockies game in the background. We had some Rockies-themed keys to the game. Maybe we'll talk about those, as Rockies in a little bit of trouble right now if you are watching that one. But 3rd and 11. .9:23 remaining. Little handoff up the middle, not much room to run, and it'll be another 4th down. Well, we already saw Tyler Gardner come out for the Tigers. Mason Vivi took the ball in, and now returning the punt will be Isaac Kana. Another punt here coming for Northridge. 27-0. The Tigers lead it. As this one end over end, it's going to check up and actually out of bounds on the Northridge side of the field. Nope, they'll mark it right out at midfield, and that is where the Tigers will take over. 8:38 remaining here in quarter number 2. They lead it 27-0. We've already seen 116 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns from Noah Roper, a touchdown from Vivi. That one coming at about 11:45 in the second quarter. and a touchdown running from Gavin Mendoza. We also saw Gavin air one out 52 yards to Jamie Nelms, a wide open Jamie Nelms. And so Cameron Crooks, now the running back out there with Mendoza. Mendoza will fire it near side. That's Furman. He catches on the comeback, breaks a tackle, and will scoot his way across the 40 down to the 35, and a penalty flag coming in into the secondary. Not sure if that's a block downfield or a face mask or what happened. Let's see if we can't take a peek. Would have been a 17-yard pass play from Mendoza to Furman. But we'll see. And it's going to be offensive pass interference. Well, we think. Tigers backing up. So wipe that 17-yard pickup on the board. Now a pass coming again. They air one out and just over the hands of Vivi. As I think the Tigers, they're wanting to work a little bit through the air, get Gavin some more live reps. I think we'll see a bunch of different stuff than we're kind of used to tonight from Erie. Erie, their conference, and we'll talk about this more in the second half, but it has been a struggle bus, if you will, for the entire conference outside of Erie and then maybe Fort Morgan a little bit. So 2nd and 5 here. Little toss out to Kana. Kana catches it up the sideline across the 40 and slung out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Pickup there of about 11. So Isaac Kana, his first catch. Now 1st and 10. Crooks the deep back for Erie. Hand off to Cameron, left side. He'll elude one tackler, gets out to the left. Penalty flag coming in, and Crooks out across the 15 down to the 14, but there's a flag all the way back about 7 yards downfield from the original line of scrimmage. That was thrown from the back judge. And so some holding out there. And they're going to mark this one. Let's see. So it'll be officially be a 7-yard carry from Crooks. Actually, we'll give him 8. There's a penalty. That's 10-yarder, backs him up to 1st and 12. Play action. Mendoza steps up in the pocket, whips one out to Vivi, who has first down yardage, and so a 14-yard pickup, and Gavin Mendoza looking good through the air. 4 of 5 as he finds Vivi, and that is his completion to his 4th different receiver, so Mendoza's spreading the ball around a little bit. Now 3 wide. Crooks in the pistol. They'll hand it off to him left side. Tries to spring it out, and he's wrapped up for a loss, and that's going to be a loss of 4 on the play. So 2nd and 14 after the loss. Mendoza, he'll roll to his left, looking downfield, and he's just going to take it himself out across the original line of scrimmage, pickup of about 6 yards on the play for Mendoza. So 3rd and long here. I believe this is the longest 3rd down the Tigers have had tonight. Ian Vera out there in the slot. Caleb Furman split wide to the right. Couple tight ends for the Tigers. Excuse me, that is Mason Vivi split out wide. Vera's the H-back. Tigers will motion 2 across the formation. 6:48 remaining, 27-0 Tigers. Handoff, Crooks, right side. Tries to stiff arm his way through one. Keeps driving his feet and drives his way down to the almost the 15. Call it just short at the 16, so a pickup of 6 yards there for Crooks. And Tigers, this situation in high school, don't typically kick a field goal when it's 4th and short. As they check in with the sideline, Tiger hand signals coming in. Mendoza in the pistol. Left side handoff for Crooks, and he is spun on top of a Northridge player and then just kind of springs forward to the 10. It's another 6-yard pickup there for Cameron Crooks. So 1st and goal from the 10 now. Hopefully you're watching this, as I said, with the Rockies in the background. I understand they have runners on the corners, 2 outs, the Brewers do. As there's a throw into the end zone and a touchdown. Jamie Nelms, a 10-yard strike from Gavin Mendoza, and the Tigers are rolling here in Greeley. 5:21. And the Brewers have won on a walk-off single. As Julian Costine out to kick the extra point. So not all perfect tonight if you're Erie and a Rockies fan. Rockies showing some grit to come back after being down 2 in the 9th to tie it up. So 34-0 after the touchdown. And the made extra point. 5:21 remaining here in the 2nd. As we said, this could go very fast. Both running teams. Tigers have had touchdowns of 11, 77, 1, 5, and 10 yards. Now Julian Costine set to kick off here for Erie. Northridge, pretty solid program last couple of years, as we mentioned. This is the first league game of the year, and Tigers, they're playing this Thursday, but they will be scoreboard watching tomorrow. Really, if you're a Tiger fan, you are pulling hard for the teams that they have beaten, because the Tigers' RPI not as strong as you'd like, because the teams that they scheduled had very good seasons last year. Tigers thought they were going to really build a juggernaut of a schedule that they might have a tough time getting through. and that just hasn't been the case this year, and it's really impacted their RPI. We'll talk a little bit more about that in the second half. By the way, the stream may drop at the end of the first half as we go to halftime. Just trying to recalibrate a couple things. Get a score bug for you and show you some of our graphics and the like. 1st and 10 now for Northridge, and kind of pinballing around down there, I believe, was Rodriguez. And I think he gets back to the original line of scrimmage, and that's it. Second and 10 now, 4:57 remaining on this first half clock. We'll check the play at the line. Hand off again, and once again the Tigers defense too stout. The line starters still out there for the Tigers, but some other faces out there as well. I know Ian McDonald a little bit banged up with a shoulder injury. Jamie Nelms a little bit banged up, but he's good to go today. McDonald will be out for probably a couple weeks. Tigers hoping to get Josh Bradfield back soon. We might see Eddie Pena here soon, and potentially Dion Lucero. And a third down call is snuffed out, and that'll bring up 4th down. So 3:37 remaining, 34-0, Tigers leading here in half number 1. And if the Tigers score again, it will be running clock for the remainder of this game. I believe it's 40 points straight up, not 42. I'll have to... Grayson Blaylock saying it is 40. Here comes the punt. This is going to land in a very favorable Grizzly roll down to the 31 of Erie, and that is where the Tigers will take over. Northridge, maybe one of the reason their football team struggling. Pretty good soccer team. They're 7-4 on the year, 1-2 in league play. And sometimes you get a school that's kind of borderline 3A or 3A, and they have a soccer team as well. That can affect the football team. Certainly. Just don't quite have as good a numbers turnout, especially with how popular soccer has gotten. New quarterback in for the Tigers? Actually can't quite tell. It is a new quarterback. Rolling to his left and firing downfield. And speaking of Dion Lucero, there he is. So a Dion Lucero appearance for the first time this season for the Tigers. And that first pass for Dion is incomplete. Dion, an extremely talented young man. And we wish him the best in terms of trying to get things going again for Erie. As Dion leans his way forward for a gain of 4. So it appears Gavin Mendoza's night is done. Couple TD passes. Or excuse me, one TD pass, one TD run for Gavin. 2:19 remaining here in the half. I think the Tigers would like to score and make the second half running clock. Lucero claps the hands, sends Nelms in motion. Dion takes the snap, play action. He's looking, fires, caught on the post route by Furman, makes a man miss. He's up, across the 30, across the 20, tries to stiff arm the last defender, but gets wrestled down around the 11. A 52-yard pass play for Dion Lucero to Caleb Furman. And now it's 1st and 10 from the 12. Lucero takes the snap, hands off left side, Crooks with a hole. And he will widen out, and a decent pickup there of 8 for Crooks. So 2nd and 2 here for the Tigers. 1:11 left. Hand off to Crooks. Again, fighting, spins toward the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. And Cameron Crooks gets the touchdown. And for Cameron, that is his first career touchdown. So congratulations to Cameron, and we will have running clock, and Northridge will take a timeout. So Cameron Crooks, nice to see him get his first career TD. Everyone's getting in on the love. Vivi, Mendoza, Roper, Crooks, and Nelms, all with touchdowns. No Roper, I think his night is done. He finishes with 6 carries for 116 yards. That's going to help the old yards per carry. 19 1/3 yards per carry on the ground tonight for no Roper, and one of those a 1-yard touchdown run. Just don't have enough real estate. That 1-yard run brings down your average. Snap is good. The kick is up, and it is good. And so a 41-0 first half lead. How about this lead? Whoa. And that's the thing, the Tigers, that's why I think their RPI will climb. I mean, last week you did see that, 2 weeks ago you saw the running clock against Canyon City. But I think you'll see Meade win some more games as they played Erie pretty tough last week. I think you'll see Frederick continue to win some games. I think you'll see Pueblo South. You got to imagine they'll eventually turn things around, as they knocked off Lewis Palmer last week. So the clock will start here on the kickoff. But you look at the Erie schedule here and the teams that they've played, they've just gotten off to some rough starts, kind of unexpectedly so. Evergreen has probably had the best go of things in terms of opponents the Tigers have played. And I believe Canyon City even won last week as well. And when you look, as we mentioned, we'll talk more about this in the second half, but Erie, they're the lowest rated RPI, or the second lowest RPI rated team that's undefeated. Only one that's worse is Thomas Jefferson. But the Tigers are behind a 2-loss Durango team because of how the RPI formula works. And they have played, well, today it's not going to get better after this week. Northridge 0-5. They're number 41 out of 42 3A teams in RPI. Canyon City 0-5. They did actually end up losing last week. They had a lead there, just weren't able to hold on. And they're 38, and so that is really bringing Erie down. Erie will play Niwot. They have 3 wins. Look at some of the other teams. Meade, they're a 2-win team right now, but they'll certainly improve. Pueblo South, they are 1-4, but their opponent's winning percentage over 80%. So I think as they get into league play, they'll start winning some games. That'll help Erie out. It helps Erie that Frederick is 4-1, Evergreen 2-3. Tigers will play Fort Morgan. They are currently 4-1. You need, honestly, Fort Morgan to keep winning, and that will help boost them on the last week of the season. And that will do it here in the first half. So after 1 half of play, the Tigers, they lead it 41-0. We may lose our service on the stream, but stick with us. We'll be back up in a little bit.
Check, check. Check 1, 2.
Welcome back in here to the Erie Tiger Network. Brandon Bird here with you as we'll take a look at some halftime stats, at least from the Erie side of things here in a little bit. Thanks for being patient. We're really excited coming into tonight until I boneheadedly left a piece of equipment at a restaurant when I was working. At the same time, I was watching the Rockies, and I just left a piece of equipment there. And that's a bummer because we had all kinds of graphic stuff planned for you here today on the broadcast, and we were going to simulcast this on the Facebook. Well, not even. We were literally going to go Facebook Live on this, and so unfortunately, those things did not happen quite like we would hope for. But, yeah, so we do have a Facebook Live feed. Of course, you can watch with a scoreboard and stuff on the Erie Tiger Network. And we were talking a little bit about a record chase and all that good stuff. We'll get into that in a little bit. But we're going to take another timeout. Still plenty of time left here before the start of the second half. So just hang with us here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Are you ready for it? Are you ready for it? Baby, let the games begin. Let the games begin. Let the games begin now. Baby, let the games begin. Let the games begin. Let the games begin. Are you ready for it? Baby, let the games begin. Let the games begin. Let the games begin. Are you ready for it?
I'm Gavin Mendoza.
I'm Jamie Noam.
I'm Noah Roper.
I'm Spencer Brooks, and thanks for watching Tiger Football on the Erie Tiger Network.
Thanks for watching Tiger Football on the Erie Tiger Network.
Thanks for watching Tiger Football on the Erie Tiger Network.
And thank you for watching Tiger Football on the Erie Tiger Network.
Do you want a better smile, have a broken bracket, or are you a teenager in need of some braces? Then make your way down to Caraway Orthodontics. They are located in Louisville and Erie. Caraway Orthodontics supports Erie High School and its community. Come in and gain a beautiful smile for children, teens, and adults. They also provide Invisalign. Call this number 303-828-0454 or go to carawayortho.com.
Click the search bar on the top right-hand corner of the screen and search up Erie Tiger Network. Click the channel icon and then press the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to receive notifications about when we post. Click the thumbs up icon to like the video. To enter full screen mode, press the icon on the bottom right-hand corner. To skip forward or backwards 10 seconds, double tap the left or right hand side of the screen. Press the pause button in the middle of the screen to pause the video. To skip to a different video, press the skip button when the video is paused.
Yeah, I'm married. Doesn't matter. You do that for me? Really? Yeah, I'd like that.
Who are you talking to?
It's Jake from State Farm. Sounds like a really good deal.
Jake from State Farm at 3 in the morning? Who is this?
It's Jake from State Farm.
What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm?
Khakis.
She sounds hideous.
Well, she's a guy, so.
Another reason more people stay with State Farm. Get to a better state.
And welcome back in here on the Erie Tiger Network. Sorry, we're just trying to work out a few kinks. A new little crew here for you up in Greeley, and we're happy to have them with us. And then we had a little equipment malfunction, all kinds of stuff. So just trying to get everyone caught up to speed on the new jobs here that we are trying to have them complete at halftime. Well, thank you to the 755 subscribers here on the Erie Tiger Network. Of course, we'd love for you to be a subscriber. If you would hit the subscribe button or like this video, that would really help us out, and you'll never miss an Erie Tiger Network game. So thank you so much for joining us. But let's look at some of the halftime stats. 144 yards passing for the Tigers. It was a 5 of 6 performance for Gavin Mendoza, 92 yards and a touchdown, 52 yards passing for Dion Lucero. 167 yards on the ground for the Tigers, 116 by Noah Roper off 6 carries. -2 for Tyler Gardner, 16 for Gavin Mendoza. Vivi had 5, Crooks had 28. Lucero with 4. Of course, all of these are unofficial. The scoring summary for the Tigers: they scored with 9:07 left in the first, an 11-yard run by Mendoza, then a 77-yard run by Noah Roper. That was 7:04 left in the first. Then, once again, less than a minute and a half later, Noah Roper on a 1-yard touchdown run. Mason Vivi scored on a 5-yard touchdown run early in the second quarter. Mendoza hit his touchdown pass to Nelms with 5:21 left on a 10-yarder, and then Cameron Crooks ran his first touchdown in ever. And so that one was from 4 yards. We had some keys to the game coming into tonight. If you notice, they were Rocky themed. Erie, they needed to hold the rock, avoid a rocky start, and rock the league. This is their first league game. And that does say Silver Creek. Apologize for that. We were going to say they need to stay close, load the box, and force turnovers. Fortunately, that has not happened for Northridge. So here we go. Kickoff on the way, and it's an onside kick, but it's picked up by Erie, taken back the other way, and a touchdown. So let's take another look at that. That was Dylan Hall. And you see here, it was, well, we weren't even expecting it, and all of a sudden the other way, well, didn't even quite get it for you there. Got it at the end. We weren't expecting that. So good play there for the Tigers. And right away already, tack on 6 more points. It's 47-0. By the way, it is running clock. So we'll get that fixed here in a second. The snap is good, and the kick is good. So the clock is running. We're just trying to fix that here on our scoreboard. And that's the first time you've had a look at a scoreboard here tonight. We'll actually hide that real quick and show you some of the record chase numbers that we were talking about there. Career all-purpose yards. There you see them. Noah Roper right now in 5th. Of course, we mentioned that's probably 6th because they do not have Ryan Moeller's numbers in the record books. But 6,729 yards entering tonight at another 117, inching his way up the record books in career all-purpose yardage. So something to keep your eye on there. Another record that we kind of want to go over, career touchdowns. Noah Roper came in with 72. He now has 74. Austin Eckler Plays in the NFL, San Diego Chargers. Some of you probably have him on your fantasy team. 80 touchdowns in 16th place. This is the history of the high school football in the state of Colorado, and Noah Roper racing up the charts there. And then the other one we wanted to kind of highlight, career carries. Noah Roper already in the top 15, now in the top 13 as he passes Ryan Moeller here tonight. Only needed 2 carries to pass him, and he did that. So here we go. Kickoff about ready. As this one will fly into the end zone for a touchback. Talked a little bit about RPI, and speaking of RPI, there it is. Palisade, number 1, Harrison, Discovery Canyon, Durango, Erie. And that's what the RPI looks like for this Tiger team. And you see the WP, that means win percentage, but next to it, OWP, that's the opponent's win percentage, and Erie's a lot lower. That's really what's hurting them and dragging them down. We'll talk more about some of the top 10 and the standings and all the other stuff here in just a little bit. So, 1st and 10 for Northridge. Fake the handoff, keeper, and spun to the turf. And I think that is still Campa. And we have a floating number 30 there on the screen because, of course, we do. So that's going to be stuck there for a little bit. Apologize about that. And that is a short gain there on 2nd down. Mentioned a lot of talking points. And Grayson Blaylock able to fix our little floating 30 there, so it won't be up there the rest of the night. Brennan Bird, Grayson Blaylock, our director here tonight. Hayden Dickinson is running a camera. Jaden Sanders also running a camera. And Alex Nielsen right now our switcher and our replay operator. As we are also simulcasting at the exact same time on Facebook Live. Something we have not really done much of, but we are doing 2 streams at the same time. That stream has no graphics, so if you're watching on Facebook and you want to see graphics, you can watch on YouTube. But we thought of just another way to get some fan engagement. Speaking of fan engagement, we have really enjoyed bringing the Erie Tiger Network to you. Over 62,000 views on our network. If you'd like to be a sponsor on our network, reach out to us. We'd love to have you be a sponsor. I know I saw Brandon Rearick of the Fowler Group. The Fowler Group, a Erie Athletics high school sponsor. I saw he's watching on Facebook Live, so a shout out to him. Punt there, turnover, and the Tigers will come out on the field. We saw Dion Lucero, and it looks like Dion Lucero will be there again. Take a look at the top 10 here real quick. As for some reason, it's the 5A top 10, so ignore that. But in case you were wondering what the 5A top 10 is, there it is. Standings have not started. They list Roosevelt 0-1 in league play. I'm not sure what that's all about. Both Max Preps and Chassa have both picked that up, so heck if I know. Rolling clock, that makes things easy here for Grayson. And a delay of game for the Tigers. Fans, also, while we're thinking of it, don't forget to follow us on social media. You can find us on Twitter at Erie Tiger Network. You can tweet at us, and we can actually import your tweet live on the air. So be sure to do that. We'd love to interact with you here on our broadcast. You can find us and like us on our Facebook pages. There's Crooks spinning through tacklers, and Crooks with a nice run. That one started at the 39. A 26-yard carry for Cameron Crooks. We take a look at the replay there. Now 1st and 10. Lucero in the shotgun. Or should I say the pistol with Crooks behind him. He's got 2 wide to the left. Rolling clock here, so we're over halfway through this 3rd quarter. Crooks has it left side, knifes his way through a small hole, and then leans his way forward to the 30 for a 5-yard pickup. And Cameron Crooks now approaching 60 yards rushing on the night. Unofficially has 59. The Max Prep showed that Noah Roper only had 291 yards rushing. We kept it up in the booth last week along with Adam Donovan. Donovan, I beg your pardon, of Boco Preps. We both had him over 300, so we'll have to get on the coaches about that and see what that's all about. Clock still rolling here. 3:43 and counting. Handoff again. Crooks left side again. A big hole. Spins his way through an arm tackle and dives underneath. And I think that's going to be about a half a yard short there of the first down. So 3rd and real short here for the Tigers. Only 3:16 remaining here in the game. Lucero coming out. Excuse me, in the quarter, beg your pardon. Not quite going that fast. 48-0. Lucero takes a snap. And it's dropped. A bad exchange, and it's a turnover for the Tigers. Tigers have done a pretty good job of taking care of the football this year, but they cough one up there. In fact, the Tigers have only lost 1 fumble. Noah Roper threw an interception, and Gavin Mendoza threw an interception. So here in their 6th game of the season, that's only their 4th turnover of the season. That bodes real well come playoff time if the Tigers can keep that trend going. 2:09 remaining here in this one. Brandon Bird here with you. So we are simulcasting both on YouTube and Facebook Live. We do not have graphics for Facebook Live. That is something we will see if we can incorporate. Probably not going to happen if we're streaming on YouTube. We don't really have the ability to push our stream through our software and stream to both places and have 2 separate sets of graphics, and we can't stream to Facebook and YouTube at the same time on one device. So this is the way it's going to be. But same camera, same audio, and we're happy to bring it to you as this one is right up the gut. And a first down there for Northridge. David Grassi had surgery recently, so he is out with the Tigers. He hopes to be back by week 9. I know he texted into the broadcast, and he's watching, so a shout-out to David, is one of the members of that stalwart offensive line for the Erie Tigers. And so our best wishes go out to David on a quick recovery. Out there for the Tigers, Gabriel Olapane, and a big loss there. Shooting in was Tab Sire. And, man, Tab, when he comes to the ball, he arrives with a bad attitude, if you know what I mean. I mean, he will put a hurting on some people with some big hits this year. Been impressed with Tab. Same number as Jaden Gilmore from last year. Same kind of player. Hard-nosed, plays up around the line of scrimmage. Now 2nd and long here. Play action. And it'll be Benji Havener That gets the tackle, only a gain of a couple. And that's the end of the third quarter. So just like that, in the blink of an eye, that will end the quarter. We'll step aside real quick. The Tigers, they lead it 48-0.
Have you ever wanted to support the Erie Tiger Network, the student media arm of Erie High School? Well, now you can. We have set up a Patreon page. There's a way for you to send us a monthly pledge in order to provide funding for the program, as well as get access to reward tiers. As a Tiger fan, you get the satisfaction in knowing you are helping out your favorite local media organization. As a member of the ETN fan club, you are officially recognized on air and can receive ETN goodies throughout the year. As an in-broadcast red sponsor, you get to sponsor a specific segment of any broadcast. For more information, email bird_brandon at sbbsd.org. This is a $25 per month commitment. As an appreciator of Erie's live broadcast with the weekly news, you can help support this program by becoming one of our patrons by going to bit.ly/ETN Patreon.
Are you ready for it?
You are watching the ETN.
And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. By the way, fans, don't forget to check out the Tiger Times, stories you can sink your teeth into. Go to erietigertimes.com for all the latest happenings around Erie High School and the Erie community. Brandon Bird here with you as we start quarter number 4, and right away, a nice sack there, and shooting in there was Mason Hill. Mason Hill, a sophomore, first time we have called his name. In there right now for the Tigers, Sam Baker is in there. We've already mentioned Tab Sire. I think I see Ethan Johnson down there. In there at linebacker, we mentioned Mason Hill. I've mentioned, let's see, Gabriel Olapane. As here's the punt unit, Benji Havener in there. And now back to receive this punt for the Tigers, as this one is sent low end over in, and Tigers got to get out of the way. I think that was Isaac Kana back there. No, it was actually Owen Masters back to receive that punt. 11:03 and counting. So 1st and 10 here for Erie. Cameron Crooks over 63 yards rushing. Tigers again over 345 yards of total offense. They've had short fields though because the defense has been great. Probably one of the best defenses. And when we talked to the announcers from Canyon City that came up, they do radio work for Canyon City, they said this is the best defense they have seen all year in 3A. And that's why they like Erie to go a long way. And this time, Northridge coming in and blowing things up. That was Owen Masters on the carry. It was a direct snap, though, to Dominic Barella. Secondary line unit in there. See if I can't get a few names. Josh Martinez, split out wide. Snap. Taking himself is Barella, right side, and not much room to negotiate that time. I can't tell who the other wideout is across to the other side of the field. All I know is that Braden Rowe told me I better give him a shout out if he's out there today. Braden Rowe, one of the assistant coach's sons here for the Erie Tigers. Coach Mike Rowe, and not only that, but a student that's a part of the Erie Tiger Network. In fact, Braden is out there now, split out to the far side. So I want to make sure his name was said on the broadcast as well. Handoff, and not much running room there. Kind of ran over the right side. Sam Baker, the blocker, over on that right side. Also out there, Aiden Poppin. couple players that aren't on our roster. Draven Freud was out there for the Tigers. Good to see Draven out there. 4th and 14. Tigers will punt, 8:25 and rolling. I think we may have saw. Well, we'll just try and keep you posted. Nice punt that time by Julian. Taken back at about the 17, and ooh, a big hit down there. That was Colby Arlington on the coverage. So Colby Arlington getting a big cheer from the Erie crowd. So simulcasting on YouTube and Facebook here tonight. As we said, no graphics on Facebook. You want to see those, head over to YouTube. We'll have all the bells and whistles there. But we have never tried this before, and we've started to get some better network coverage, and as that happens, we're able to do some more things. Benji Havener out there. Little pitch to the near side, lots of room to run. And oh, Benji tried to knock the ball carrier backward and strip it. Good hit. Matthew Coet out there. I believe that's how you pronounce his name. So if you're watching, yeah, Coet. All right, there we go. Matthew Coet out there. Eric Stanek out there for the Tigers. Aiden Meeks is out there. Of course, he typically plays O-line, but getting a little bit of run here on the D-line. Trying to get as many names as possible out there. A little pitch out wide, and nice tackle that time by Eric Stanek. Just shot into the backfield and brought the ball carrier down. Liam Floyd is out there for the Tigers. Mason Hill, we've already called his name. 20, let's see here. Trying to get as many names out here. Might see this, though, the next few weeks for the Tigers. I think Jacob Farling is out there at linebacker for the Tigers. Rollout pass, looking downfield, dumped off underneath. Tiger defense still stout. Doesn't matter who's in there. And that time on the tackle, it's a number that we don't have listed. So if you know who number 28 is, you want to hear his name on the broadcast, let us know. By the way, someone mentioned that YouTube is running behind on our broadcast. That's just always a server thing. That's totally out of our control. We have a streaming laptop and then an iPad that we kind of interface and camera switch on that we're directly streaming to Facebook. So that's how that's all working for those of you that might be tech nerds. Drop snap and still punted away. Tigers were not bringing the heat. Back there was Owen Masters. And so a new slate of Tigers going to come out here onto the field. And we'll see. I see Justin Jones set to come out. I've already mentioned Aiden Poppin. Looks like Grant Larson coming out there for the Tigers. A lot of these names you'll hear a lot more of in the next couple years. A lot of youngsters out there for the Tigers. And there's Justin Jones. There is Grayson Schenbeck out there now for the Tigers. Grayson, a junior. A lot of Schenbecks coming through Erie High School. Snap is gathered by Alex Austin, the freshman, pitched out, and Jones is splattered to the turf. Austin, the only freshman listed on this roster. And now Josh Martinez, I see out there. As I said, in a game like this, really you want to just get as many names on the broadcast as these players have all worked very hard. And, it takes each and every one of these guys to really make a program like this strong. And that's a credit to Coach Cooper, who has come in and in 3 years has been absolutely outstanding. Tigers, the state runner-up a year ago, in Coach Cooper's second year as head coach. A 5-0 start to this season. And a run there over the right side stopped a little short, so it'll be fourth and pretty short here for the Tigers. Tigers, of course, went 11-3 last year. So since the start of last season, 16-3. And in Coach Cooper's tenure here as a Tiger head coach, 22-8. And honestly, folks, it's going to continue to climb the remainder of this year. We've talked about this already, but you look at the Tiger schedules, there's a run and a fumble there, as that was Jonah Van Landingham that ended up coughing that up. I think the Tigers fell on it, and they have a first down. So how about that? Well, the Tigers, here's what they kind of face. They will play another Thursday night game next week against Niwot. Niwot, a winning record. It's been a while since they've won a game, and they have won 3 this year. Niwot, they knocked off Fort Lupton, Littleton, and Eagle Valley. And they play Thompson Valley tomorrow, and that's another chance for a win. Little pitch out there by Austin, and strung out there by Jones. Couldn't quite get back to the original line of scrimmage. As we were talking, though, about Niwot, and that's the opponent that Erie will have. That's next Thursday, and that's a Thursday before a 4-day weekend for these students. Then the Tigers will play Roosevelt, a team that they just have not been able to knock off. By the way, Holy Family knocked off Erie in softball 8-1 tonight. And we believe Holy Family is league champions. So that's the first time in a long time that Erie are not league champions in softball. So Northridge tonight, Niwot next week, the following week Roosevelt, then Thompson Valley. Roosevelt this season 1-4. They did just knock off Glenwood Springs, and they played Holy Family tough, but they lost 41-0 to Meade, 31-8 to Discovery Canyon, and 47-8 to Pueblo East. So it has been a struggle for Roosevelt. 8 seconds left. That is going to do it. Real quick, a couple scores. Palisade knocked off Steamboat Springs. Thompson Valley and Niwot are actually playing tonight. Thompson Valley winning 20-7. And those are 2 other games in 3A tonight. Special thanks to Grayson Blaylock, our director. The MVP of the night might be Hayden Dickinson, as he had to run to Buffalo Wild Wings to find our last of our broadcast equipment, and he did that admirably. And then Jaden Sanders, excellent job on camera. Alex Nilsson, he was running the replay system here tonight. For all of them, I'm Brandon Bird. Thank you so much for joining us as the Tigers, they roll big again. It's a 48-0 victory. We'll see you for our broadcast next week as the Tigers, they take on Niwot on Thursday night. Until then, I'll chirp at you later, Tigers fans.